Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Watch Lookout, where I'm always on the lookout for the next watch in my collection. In my continuing State of the Collection series, I feature another chronograph, this one by Vakuy Rigas, a name nobody knows unless they visit AliExpress. This watch, which is the 7750 chronograph, is, if it's not abundantly clear, an homage, sort of a mashup homage to the Daytona references from the late 60s, the 6240, 6263, and the 6241. Now, with regard to the references 6240 and 6263, those were the first Daytona models that had screw-down pushers there, but it was not in an oyster case, hence the reason there's no crown guard there next to the crown. And with regard to the third reference, the 6241, I think that was the first one that sort of had this colorway, particularly with the red 3/100ths of a second hash marks that you see around the outside of the dial itself, sort of encompassing the indices and the chapter ring itself. So yeah, this is a Daytona homage. People on my channel know that I purchased the Pagani Design PD 1676, and I was immensely disappointed that it did not have a box top crystal as this one does. So I shopped around for an alternative, and I found this. Now, there was a competitor, Untimepieces. They seem to be making an identical watch. Probably the same factory is assembling these and putting them together. But the name of this watch is not Untimepiece. It's Vakuy Rigas. Now, this is a quartz watch. It does contain a Seiko, I want to say VK63. Yeah, it's more reliable than the Chinese 7750 chronograph mechanical movements that are in the untimepiece iterations. I would like to have one of those mechanical chronographs simply because the subdials of the 9 and the 3 o'clock position are slightly further apart, a little more wall-eyed, and I like that because I think that's just the nature of the construction or the design of the mechanical timepiece, that those two subdials, the pinions are further apart on the movement itself, and hence the reason why the subdials on the dial, they escape this white main dial appearance. This does have patinaed lume on the indices. I wish that it had a cream dial. I thought that would have been nice. The white dial is just a little too bright and new, but this is more period correct than the mashup that the Pagani Design is. And, you know, it also features the same sort of demure dimensions. I also have, it originally came on this bracelet, which is in some ways correct for the time. It does feature a hollow end link. You see I have a toothpick there keeping that end link in place, and this is the other end link, which is hollow. I just want to be able to distinguish which end link goes on which part of the band so I don't confuse them. This is basically a 37.5 millimeter case diameter with a thickness of 15.6 millimeters, and it has a lug width of 19 millimeters. And let's see, I didn't get the, oh yeah, the lug to lug is 44.1 millimeters. You see there it's got the holes there for a quick adjust. This is the strap option that came with the watch, and I mostly keep it on that so I can preserve the bracelet. It's a nice quirky little watch. The great things that I like about it, in addition to the size, even though it's small for my wrist, are the fact that it's using acrylic for both the crystal, and it's using an acrylic bezel insert too. So those were period correct of the time. as much money as people pay for Daytonas, you know, they're paying for plastic in some regards, so that's kind of funny. It is a standard chronograph. Now, the subdials do feature also those hammer indices, and the numerals are correct. You can see there's radial finishing on the subdials that reflect light, which is kind of nice. It's not a lume monster, yeah. It's something I wear very gently and very infrequently so I can preserve that crystal. It does have high polish on the flanks and on the case back, and it has brushing on the top here, sort of a vertical brushing there, nice demure lugs. Yeah, it's a really cute little watch, and I think it looks better than the Frankenstein schizophrenic PD 1676 that Pagani Design has, because they have it in an oyster case with the crown guards, and they also have this colorway on the dial. So two things that I don't think really came together at the time, but yeah. I do like the distortion that the acrylic crystal causes there. It allows it to magnify those red hash marks on the chapter ring. So despite the fact that the chronograph, the large second hand, when it sweeps, when it does stop, it will indicate the 300ths of a second there. So that's kind of a nice little touch. Overall, it's not a bad watch. I think I paid less than $100 for it. So that's not a bad deal. Stainless steel, I guess it's 316 stainless steel. I don't think it says anywhere. It does feel a little lightweight, and it does have a sheen to it that makes me suspect it could be like a 306 stainless steel. I'm not exactly sure. But this is basically as new as it was when I bought it and received it back in September of 2023. So I've had it a good year and a half now, and yeah, it's there when I need it, and it looks as new as the day I bought it, which is kind of the purpose. And I just like it. It's a nice little conversation piece. All right, guys, thanks for coming out and taking a look at this Vakuy Rigas 7750 chronograph. Cheers, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe for more content.